Hey guys, it is Monster 7 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Fantasy Zone for the NES. So let's get right into the review. Fantasy Zone started out originally an arcade game made by Sega. The game was later ported to the Sega Master System, then eventually saw ports on other consoles and home computers such as the MSX, Famicom/NES, the X6 8000 or X68000 and TurboGrafx 16. These ports are very similar, but every port seemed to have a different variation to them. For instance, the Master System version lacks some features such as a radar that indicates the location of the bases or a gauge, and that's just an example. So this game did see some daylight on the NES in 1989, and this is a very underrated game on the NES. I actually think it's probably one of the best shoot 'em ups on the system. Yeah, the game does look a little cutesy and fun and all that, but believe me, it's a really fun game. It's a little glitchy, but overall it's fair, and it's overall just a great game. The gameplay is actually pretty good on the NES. Yeah, the gameplay is a little bit better on the other systems, the Sega Master System, for instance. The gameplay is a little bit more intact from the arcade version. But I really like the NES version. I think it's a good port of it. I think it's probably one of the best ports on. It's more arcade. It's more arcade perfect in my opinion than the one that was done on the arcades, which I did see videos of, and comparing them, I think the NES version, comparing the Master System version and the NES version to the arcades, the NES version, in my opinion, looks more arcade perfect. So the plot is in this game, and in the year 1422, the Fantasy Zone was cast in panic at the collapse of the interplanetary monetary system. The Space Guild brings light the plans of the planet Menon, whose forces are stealing the other planet's serenades to fund a huge fortress in the Fantasy Zone. Appa Appa, which is the name of the ship that you go around shooting with, is sent to stop an invading army and discover who is behind it. In the end, it turns out that the leader was none other than Appa Appa's long-lost father, a revelation that leaves Appa Appa with a mixed look. That's pretty interesting if you ask me. That's a lot of detail right there just for this game, but overall this game's pretty good. The level design in this game is actually really good. I really like it. The music in the game is really good in my opinion. More things about this. Oh yeah, the one in the NES was actually unlicensed, which is actually a little different because the one that was on the Famicom was licensed. It was done by Sunsoft, so they are a little different, the NES version and the Famicom version, but they both seem pretty good. Later on, this game was like on the Virtual Console and all that, and then it was done on the PS2 and stuff, but on the NES version, I really like the music in this game. The music in this game is more arcade perfect than the one done on the Master System. You can look it up on YouTube, gameplay video of this. Or you could just listen to the music in this video and then watch an arcade port. They look pretty similar. So the genre of this game is obviously a side-scrolling shooter, or shoot 'em up. And I don't know, I find this game really addicting. And I really like it. So the gameplay is actually really good. I really like this game. As I said, it was slightly glitchy. Other than that, I really think it's a good game, and that's, if I were to rate this a 1 out of 10, it'd probably be a 9 or 9.5, because usually this is actually the game that I really spent a lot of time on my NES. I have Super Mario Bros. 3, I have some other addicting games on there, but my favorite one is gonna have to be Fantasy Zone. As for addicting games, as for a game itself, probably be like Super Mario Bros. 3 or Mega Man 2 or something. But for an addicting game, I really want to give this to Fantasy Zone. So also the one on the NES came out in 1989. So the original Fantasy Zone was released in 1985, on the Master System 1986, MSX 1986, the Famicom, which was the one done by Sunsoft in 1987, the TurboGrafx 16 1988, and then obviously the NES 1989. So that's gonna be my review. I rated it a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave you guys off with some gameplay. Thanks for watching, guys.